Congratulations to this young man for the changes so far, and today let's see what we can learn and potentially what can help you with your swings. This is fairly common swing pattern. So set up for a difference between the two. So the lower body is too far away from the target, upper body too close to the target. We can see how the shoulder hangs considerably closer to the target than the outside of the left leg, and then essentially this puts the upper body and also the middle of, like, the centre of the chest and centre of pelvis pointing too much in front of the ball as well. So this is the most common setup mistake that I see. So this setup position combined with the knees being a little bit turned inward at the beginning, then the next key piece really is the radius. So really here he's trying to stretch his left arm out a lot, which is a super common thing that people do. There's a limit to how much you want to be keeping your arms straight or stretching them. I always bang on about this. So this arm straightens too much, and the right elbow and right arm actually slip behind his rib cage more than we'd like. Because of the extension of the arm and the body position, we can see the head and the shoulder getting in each other's way. And then from here, the arm structure is going to go behind the rib cage too much. So the right arm goes behind him a lot, which pulls his body out of position. And really the arm can't stay there in the swing. So as he then starts the downswing, he's got quite a big move over to unwind or try and correct some of that body positioning, as you can sort of see here. And you can see the right knee touching the left knee very early. That's to reposition the hips and the pelvis. And then because the right arm and elbow is actually too far behind his rib cage or behind his body here, it's got to get away from him, because essentially there's no space. It's got no space to move into. So now the arm's going to go from too far behind to too far away. So there's a gap forming here, and the body's delivered. Essentially, he should have almost hit the ball with where his legs are by now. So the body's delivering too early, the arms are delivering too late. Gap between arms and body, which would generally mean you're going to struggle with ball striking, potentially hit the ground a little bit early, or hit the odd top shot. And when the right arm comes in above the left somewhat, it normally means we're coming in a bit too steep and too vertical. So the bottom of the swing is just a compensation or a number of corrections to try and deal with this. So new setup's different. Reposition the left side, and reposition where the centres of or the middle of the body is pointing. So from here then the radius is key, so not being quite as stretched or as wide with that left arm, that affects how the body moves. Then as we go into the backswing, the arm structure or the right elbow can actually, what feels like it separates from his rib cage, and actually the elbow positioning is a bit more here now. So that stops the body or encourages the body to move in a different direction or a different way, let's say. So again, a very different sort of look at the top of the swing now, with where the right arm, right elbow is, and kind of what this back shoulder is doing here. So on the original one, the green one, his arms were going so far behind him because he was trying to swing flatter because he knew it was steep essentially. So he's too wide at the beginning, then trying to get too flat at the top, which again isn't uncommon for people who swing steep. They're always trying to flatten themselves out, and often the wrong way. So now, because his arms are in a different position, the arms can actually get a bit closer to him or start to get closer during downswing somewhat, which now is very different when compared to what we see on the left of the screen. So now his arms and the body delivering more in the correct time or sequence relative to each other. The club can access the ball better, so he can get ball turf and just far more consistent and better quality shots. So the keys from the front, the setup, and the arms and the radius, in the fact that too wide with the left arm at the start, and then too far behind the body with the right arm and the rest of the arm structure and hands at the latter part of the backswing.